dear viewers, and hopefully everybody is like getting back to normal. For me, it was very hard. January ramp up is really difficult, especially because I was doing the annuals and they took enormous amount of energy from me. But it is, retrograde is over about 2 hours ago, and I wanted to wait for that to go away and that I can function, because I don't know about you guys and what kind of Mercury retrograde you had. For me, it was just awful, and I'm so glad it is gone. So without much further ado, I just want to tell you that the annual taroscopes are still on the sale. You can wait at the end of the video where you can actually have the pricing and the links, or you can simply go in the description and click it over there. Also, there is a huge special this month, and you see, I was a busy bee last month trying to clear my desk from a whole bunch of work. So the special this month, the spread is $50, but also I will be delivering this to you in 1 week. So you will not have to pay additional rush fees to get it sooner. If, however, you still wanted to get it within 3 days, then there is still a price that is a double cost. This is just simply, it's going to be returned to you within 7 days. So for any level of rating on my site. So again, check description box, check specials on my site, and click through there. Alrighty guys, so let me give you explanation about these particular cards, and then let's kind of like examine what's going to happen this month. Hi guys, this is going to be a really quick explanation about the spread. The spread has taken me quite a while to develop. It is really unique to Cat Tarot, and the cards that you're seeing on the table are from a different deck, and the same cards we will find in the deck I'm going to use for each sign. However, they are just titles of the chapter, and these titles are going to be able to tell me certain things about the quality of relationship, etc, etc. So I'm just going to quickly run through it, and hopefully by the end of it I'm going to know how long this lasts. So for those of you who are well versed on this, you can just jump through it. If you are here the first time, please sit through it, because this is very important, and I'm not going to answer any questions that are covered here. So the Magician is basically the first card of tarot number 1, and it's talking about as above so below, alpha and omega, from the beginning to the end. I can create a world, I can create everything, you know. So the Magician is the one who is basically trying to teach these tools about how to create this relationship. The reason I'm choosing this card over here is to really see what good things you had in this kind of like combination. Was this relationship ever a starter? The second card is Temperance reversed. It's purposely reversed because in the upright situation, Temperance talks about merging things, uniting things, alchemy. When you meet a person who is like coming from completely different life experiences and background, and you still make it work, this is like what Temperance does. Now, when this is reversed, things are ungluing for some reason, and this is the category that is going to tell you what issues are really the issues that would need to be fixed in order for anything to ever happen. Queen of Wands will be dating ladies, or you as the main partner, like in all of that. I'm purposely choosing both fire basically cards, because when we date we are all fire, and then we fall back to our own basically, you know, element. So initially we have to kind of combust this fire in order to kind of like to make things going. The 8 of Wands is going to tell me about the energy and communication between the partners. The Knight of Wands will represent a partner, and if they're coming through, if they're not coming through, what they're thinking, and so on and so forth. The Judgment is my karma card. Judgment is generally talking about how things from the past resulted up to that point. And basically, what did you do with all these tools? You had good things. that you could build, and you had the things that you had to repair. How did you do if karma is saying, should you continue, should you not continue? It's like an independent opinion, if you wish. And then we have Four of Wands, which is the card that talks next phase. So what's happening in the next phase at this juncture between the partners, right? So I hope this was like not too much. It was like only 3-minute explanation. And let's jump in right into what the stars say this month for you. Hi Aries, as you can tell, you have a big helper over here that for sure just needs a little bit cuddling. But let's just jump into action and see what is in the store in this 4-week period for you guys. Hi Shafi, do you love Aries? How much? How much? How much? Hi pretty girl. You want to be Aries? Really? Why? Your birthday is coming up in a few days. All right, Aries, let me just take this entire first line here and see what we have for the first week for your first viewing of this, because you can come back and then you're going to pick up from where you left it off. But if you are, let's say, listening this in March, that is going to resonate with you then, because that's the spot in time that you're actually grabbing it. So now this is very interesting. You're taking a step back. Like I can see a breakup here clearly, and you're trying to extend friendship at this time. The breakup happened because things just got too hard, and maybe romance was more important than kind of day-to-day things. Karma is simply saying the balance had to be established and worked on. Kind of, it's really important that everybody is carrying their weight, because it looks like one person carried more and needed to kind of dump it. And let me just remove this autofocus, because this is the thing that keeps blurring the screen. You see, this means when we take too many things upon ourselves and everything collapses, all the projects collapse because of it. So somebody had to drop it. That was like sort of a thing that had to happen in this union. However, even though the breakup did happen, you have both moon and the moon and the sun. And this is kind of interesting, 18 and 19, right? So it is saying that maybe the last communication you had left you sort of wondering, to what the heck is going on, because this is why you have the dog and coyote, right? Because, or wolf, whatever that is. Frankly, I don't know, it looks weird. She kind of drew okay, but this is not the best, you know, artwork. It is what it is. This is talking about the fight between conscious and subconscious. This is talking about us wondering, you know, what is going on here? Is this really happening? Is this really true? It's like, you know, the disbelief at times, because the sun is coming out as the last card, and it's happening after the breakup. And the sun is generally talking about the births and celebrations and enjoyment and marriages. So I'm really confused with this. And also karma is saying, okay, the balance has to be achieved over here. So let's see where this leads us. You have the Chariot reversed. You have 7 of Pentacles reversed. Wow. You have 10 of Swords, King of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, 2 of Wands, and there we have Knight of Wands reversed. Now, I don't know what's going on this time around. This is a huge complexity in all of these readings. First of all, the Chariot reversed talks about that this is a time to release your own, let's call them demons. Let's call them black and white thinking, because the moon is saying really this is not the time to trust anything. Even if somebody tells you no, you can still carry hope, because that's how I would interpret that, especially with the sun here at the end. The Chariot is saying that there is a blockage in a current progression, that maybe one person does not want to continue, and because of that reason, most likely you are feeling, oh my gosh, I'm so backstabbed and I'm so on the bottom, everything is so dark. There is obviously here the partner that has been idolized, almost like idolized to the point that, hey, I want you to be my husband, or I want you to be my wife too. Yeah, somebody who has like a strong enjoyment of life, somebody who can really enjoy the food, somebody who can really enjoy the music, wine, right? King of Pentacles is also something that is kind of like slow and steady wins the race. As far as the partner that you're inquiring, they kind of feel bruised. They feel kind of like, well, I am not so sure how even to deal with this situation, because this is a 9 and this is a 9. It is repeating on their end. On your end, 7s are repeating. 7s are always talking about issues. Your issue is like how this can be built, and maybe something happened that was so harsh that you don't know if you really want to go back, because that's really interesting. That karma is saying, look, you know, you kind of have to reassess. Do you even want to build the world? Because this is your world between you and that partner. And is this partner maybe idolized? Also, sometimes when I see King of Pentacles, it is telling me about somebody who is taken. And Nine of Wands is now coming out here, but sort of like running away, being reversed. Nine of Wands is not somebody who stays. So let me tell you honestly what I think. I do think there is a tiny little sliver of possibility with this person. They haven't shut the door entirely, but they do not have husband or wife quality. No, they have friends with benefits quality, right? Keep that in mind. Ask yourself if you want it, if you can handle it, because many of us go in a relationship, oh, we'll change them. Change yourself. The Strength reversed. 2 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups reversed, 10 of Pentacles, King of Wands reversed, Ace of Wands. Ay, ay, ay. Somebody doesn't want to commit. That goes back to this. I'm here tonight. I can call you at 2 o'clock at night, but I don't want anything more than that. This is coming out really, really clearly in both of these cards. And Ace of Wands is the passion is there, and I think that's that small sliver. You, I guess, have been with a person who seems to be outwardly a person who wants marriage, and person who wants that family, or who enjoys that, and kind of like, I think it's very hard to understand why you are not made a part of that celebration, right? They're sending off the signals, but almost looks like you're not invited to the party, and this kind of like really, really hurts. You're not invited to the party because this person is not even certain if they want to be with you. As I said, the Moon card always gives this feeling that shadows are giving you reflections that maybe are not there. So things may not be appearing, things are appearing differently from how they really are. Because this person is getting here different, along shape-shifting sort of a thing, right? From I'm so reliable to, oh, oops, I forgot to tell you I'm also with somebody else. Because I see here a 3-party possibility, and obviously here as well, mulling it over, kind of like what to do. In the end, you're sort of like self-protective. You're really kind of like holding yourself to your resources. This is not typically you're fire, but this is kind of earth. But look, protecting your heart, protecting your resources. Hey, you really want Aries? What are you saying? Oh my gosh, you're going to miss everything. I love you anyway, but please just move away. Just come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yes, good girl. Oh my gosh. She is just not letting me do the readings. I don't know what's going on. It's thunder will. No, Shafi, please, please. There are too many cards on the table. I really want Aries to please. Please, pretty please. I am so sorry, guys, but you know, I really don't like to push them away. Like, they're already apartment cats and they're like closed in. So when they come for a little tenderness, I think I really can give them this. So let me just see the last week in a month. So we're already talking, we are coming. If you're like watching this when this was released, this Valentine Day probably would be affected. And you know what? By that point, everything will be clear. Look, the Magician is reversed here. So no, there is no charge. There is no spark. Yes, it might feel like being left out in the cold, just like as you thought, right? But the good news is that you will start feeling lighter. You will feel that, you know, this was so harsh. The feeling that that candle burned down and it cannot be restarted is really bad. They are not communicating with you at this stage at all. They don't want to. And I think this kind of like feeling of they have given up on you, because look at here, you have 3 sevens. 3 sevens to me are telling that in this particular situation, the key is inside of you, my dear Aries. And the key was to find your own demons, to find in which situation you are black and white, in which situation you are always maybe too lenient. When do you draw the line? You have to figure out if you're hurt, like, I mean, how to communicate this, because obviously somebody before have given up, and I think it could have been you, my dear Aries, that maybe you felt at some point that things were hard, and this is now happening all over again. But with this case, before you offered your friendship, and now you're just simply moving on, and this partner is just simply left behind. And looks like Safi wants to say that. And also Aries, guys, this is just a general reading. Just because it's a general reading and this kind of came out this way, how I do that, I focus on everybody's energy that is somehow coming to me at the time of the reading. And it might cover quite a few of you in its entirety. It might cover a few of you here and there. So you have to figure out how much of this you can draw upon, or if you need to get your own private reading, which definitely is only your energy, and we can actually really draw conclusions, and you will know exactly what this partner feels. I think I'm getting all these crazy readings because I took a few days off, and I guess we all collectively took a few days off and wanted to see what's going on. And I'm picking up on lots of emotions possibly trying to be sorted out. So my dear Aries, I also lastly suggest to buy the annual Teroscope, because you will see each quarter and every segment of your life and get suggestions how to deal with this, and that kind of can really guide you to be the most the most efficient that you can be. So thank you everybody very much, and the bi-weekly is coming up shortly. Okay, love you, bye. Okie dokie, all annual Teroscopes are now done. Believe it or not, that was a great effort, and each of them is anywhere between 1 hour and 45 minutes, and some of them are even going to 2 hours. The first segment is kind of collectively about the year we are going into, 2018. That's some good 45 minutes. And after that, you can check your own sign and everything is going on. So this is right now, every individual one is like $29.95, and collectively to get them all is $59.95. So guys, feel free to go and check this link below or the link on the screen and go and order your telescope. You can get it within 24 hours and sometimes even faster. So to everybody who ordered, thank you so much, and I really hope you're going to enjoy and even order additional one. All the best, guys. Talk to you soon.